A life without purpose. I'm excited to talk to you about a life without purpose, about meaninglessness, and why this is an important topic to talk about first of all. So we're going to talk about it today. We're going to go deep into it. Stay tuned, and here we go. Let's go. So what is a meaningless life? What is a life where you wake up, there's no meaning, there's no purpose? What is this? This is actually a really deep topic, and this goes very much to the Buddha. I want to talk a little bit about the Buddha because the Buddha has said some amazing things about this. And I want to go into the story of the Buddha. So the story of the Buddha is that the Buddha sat under a tree, right? It's famous. It sat under the tree and it meditated. And what the Buddha did was, within the meditation, he started to fast, right? Not eating anything. He focused on fasting, and it got to such a pain, such an unbearable pain. He almost died from fasting because he was just in so much pain. He started to have someone offer him food, and he got offered his food and he took it. He took the food, even though the yogi said about fasting and the importance of fasting and all of this. And he took the food. And he was like, my body reacts positively to this food. I get a little bit more energy. Why do I need to fast? Why do I need to fast at all? If my body reacts so positive to it, it's not like I'm needing to stay away from even talking to people, because he was not talking to people. He was just meditating. So he started to realize something that we give a lot of meaning, right? Yogis that meditate, don't eat, fast, don't talk to anyone. We give that so much, we put that on a pedestal, right? We say these people are supernatural, they're incredible, and it's great, it's good. I've done a lot of this myself too, but I also have come to the other side of realizing that fasting, right? That fasting, it was good for the body for some time to fast, but he went way too long without eating food, right? It became completely meaningless for him to do all of this, and he started to realize a meaningless cycle. He started to realize that indulging in food can be meaningless. Indulging in talking to others can be meaningless. That indulging in any kind of thought pattern, any kind of habit, anything can be meaningless. But he also realized that staying away from all of this kind of spiritual, idealistic way of seeing, like, oh, if I just stay abstinent of everything, that will be meaningful. But he realized neither indulging nor restricting yourself will live a life of purpose. The people that stay away from indulging into any kind of pattern, they are resisting. They're not accepting life, they are resisting life. They're resisting eating. They are resisting, in constant resistance towards actually something quite natural. Talking to people is quite natural. Doesn't mean you go talk all day, but whenever you feel like talking, it's quite natural to talk. Whenever you feel like eating, it's quite natural to eat. But then if you talk all the time, or you do something unconsciously, that is when it starts to become toxic. So he realized, I don't have to never talk anymore or never eat anymore. That's not gonna make me live a fulfilling life, because I'm in constant resistance and I'm in constant restriction. I'm constantly stiff. Like, I cannot just let life be. I cannot just let things happen. I cannot just let myself be and do whatever. I have to constantly restrict myself. I have constantly be on like resisting my hunger. I'm hungry, but I cannot eat. And that 24/7, you're only more busy with food actually. You see, when you naturally fast and you don't care about food so much, it's different. But if you're constantly resisting eating food, you're more busy with food than someone that eating food all the time. Someone that's eating food all the time, they just eat, and then sometimes they indulge a little bit too much, right? Someone that is focused on restricting, they are only busy with food, right? They're only thinking about food. It's the only thing on their mind. It's the only thing they're thinking of. It's the only important thing. It's the food, or sex, or anything else. Because they're restricting themselves. They're saying, I cannot have that. I cannot do that. So we can see a meaningless life, a life without meaning, is a life that is not allowing things to flow through. Is not allowing the body to just do its thing and don't worry about it. Because true acceptance is accepting that the body just needs food. It's accepting that the body needs water, that you need water, that you need food, that you need to move your body here and there, that you need to talk a little bit here and there. All those things, they're just natural to your body. Accept it. Meaning accept that it happens, and maybe it doesn't happen so much. Maybe you need to eat once a day instead of 3 times a day. That could be true. Maybe you need to eat 3 times a day. Maybe you need to eat 5 times a day, right? As long as you're not indulging, don't worry about it. Indulging simply means you're kind of addicted to it. You need it. You want it. You don't just let it flow. So acceptance truly means to accept that's part of life. And that doesn't mean you're unconscious. It means you're still conscious of what is happening and what's flowing, but you're not so worried about it. You see? In fact, if you're worried about it, you're actually focused more on the material than the spiritual. If you're focused on how much you're eating so much, or how many calories, or blah blah blah, you're focused only on the material. You're not relaxing. You're not just letting it be. You're not accepting. Truly, that's what it is. You're not accepting what comes forth. You're resisting it. You're disciplining yourself in a way that's not healthy, in a way that's not even conscious, in a way that is in resistance. And some people just are in a very much indulging cycle, where they keep indulging and indulging and indulging and indulging, and other people are restricting themselves from indulging completely, and both are meaningless cycles. Because both are cycles. You see, when you let things flow, there's no cycle. You just do things naturally. Like, oh, I'm talking a little bit, and maybe you don't talk for 2 days, and then you talk a little bit, and then you don't eat for 2 days, and then you eat a lot, or then you do whatever comes naturally to you. You're not in resistance with your body. You're not in resistance with anything. Even with your mind, you're not in resistance with your mind. Your mind's thinking thoughts. Okay, just do whatever. Think. Because if you look at the emotional scale, acceptance is one of the first ones to go to a higher level, right? And if you cannot accept your ego, meaning your body and your mind, then you're gonna stay at the lower thing. You're gonna stay at quite a high range of ego. Maybe you're at pride, like, I'm so proud that I have so much discipline to do this. Okay, great. But you're not in acceptance of your ego. You're not in acceptance of the body and the mind. So to live your purpose, you need to come into acceptance and get free from these meaningless cycles of either restriction or of indulging. Both of these cycles are almost like addictions. Like restricting is also an addiction. It's like I feel so good, I feel proud of myself for being able to discipline myself like this. But it's like, it's not natural. It's not natural to your body, your mind. If it naturally occurs, let's say naturally it occurs that you no longer want to eat, that's fine. That's just listening to your body. If it naturally occurs that you feel you need more food, that is fine. You should accept that. If you naturally feel you want to, move your body a lot more, you want to talk a lot more, you should accept that flow. Accepting that flow is letting it go, truly. Restricting is not letting it go. Saying I let go of food because I'm no longer eating and I'm now disciplining myself every day to not eat. That's not acceptance. That's not good. I mean, it can be good for like a period of time. Like let's say you do a week, you're doing a water fast. I did a week of water fast. It was way too intense. I almost like knocked out. How do you say it? I got too little food that I almost like fell on the floor because I was just only drinking for a week. Only drinking water for 7 days. So I've been on that end of restriction. I have felt like, oh, I'm so proud of like doing this and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it was just a meaningless cycle. It was just meaningless. It was just stupid. Same with meditation. I've been meditating for 10 hours a day. All day meditating. Oh, I need to meditate. But at some point it also became meaningless. It doesn't mean you never meditate. It just means it becomes meaningless. Because it's this cycle. You see? Once you start to become aware of cycles, you can see all these meaningless cycles. You become aware of all these meaningless cycles. You become aware of the meaningless thought patterns, meaning the same thoughts thinking over and over and over and over and over again. The meaningless cycles in your patterns, like your eating habits, your unconscious patterns, your addictions. And the reason they stay alive is because of your restriction. Because you say, I cannot do that, then there's so much tension there, right? If you're in acceptance, you say, I can do that. And I want to, or I'm gonna do, or I'm not. It doesn't matter so much. If you just say, I can do, it's fine. I can do all these things, it's fine. I'm not gonna judge myself for it. That's what love is. Love is saying, I can do whatever, and I'm not gonna judge myself for it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna do whatever. It just means I can do whatever. I can be free. I can eat or not eat. Either way, it's fine. I love myself. I don't judge myself. You see? Because with this restriction comes judgment. With this indulging comes judgment, right? If you indulge a lot in something, you feel guilty. If you don't indulge in something, you feel restricted. You feel like you're not letting yourself be and accept yourself. But it's the middle ground. It's the balance. It's what the Buddha says, the center, staying at the center. Meaning, don't worry about indulging. Don't worry about restricting. Just stay in the middle, right? Don't indulge too much. You know that's not good. Don't restrict yourself to become some fasting monk. Don't meditate all day, but don't stop meditating per se. It's like the balance. Balance is key. Being at the center is key. He said, if you at the center of the wheel, your life is still. You see, at the eye of the storm, it's the most quiet. And getting out of your balance is going into restriction or indulgence. If you stay at that center, if you stay at the center, you become still. You become silent. You become in alignment. And you can truly live an aligned, meaningful life. Therefore, meaningfulness comes with letting go first of meaninglessness, of meaningless cycles. And only once you let go of these meaningless cycles can you truly see what purpose and meaning is. This is a very inspirational video. I probably will watch it myself back again. This goes really, really deep. So probably you have missed a lot of things I've said in this video. So don't forget to rewatch it again if you want to. And also don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.